Welcome to the Mary Mac Show, where we will be talking about your feelings, experiences, and pain following the death of a loved one. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you find yourself in this entire world, I welcome you. So how are you doing, my friend, my warrior? Are you doing well this week? I certainly hope so. As you may know, we now have the Mary Mac store, where you will find creative products and gifts for yourself and others who are grieving a loved one's death. I'd like to tell you about our I Remember Teeshirts, which we designed to honor those who were taken too soon. They each have beautiful logos, and they provide you the ability to speak about your loved one whenever someone asks you who you are remembering. Partial proceeds from all sales of our store help fund the Foundation for Grieving Children, Inc., an organization that I established many years ago. The first national nonprofit public charity of its kind to assist children, teens, and young adults who are grieving the death of a loved one. I hope you'll visit store.marymac.info and order some teas for yourself and those you love who are grieving. So today, I'd like to talk to you about how to handle your birthday after someone special in your life has died. What do we do? Where do we go? What will make us feel just a little bit better as we approach our special day each year, when we feel pain and are yearning for them since they are no longer with us? Maybe it's your first birthday after their death. Maybe it's your second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, even more. And whether you will celebrate with many family or friends, there may still be that twinge in your heart that they are not with you today. You might also be thinking about birthdays you spent with them long ago, and the presents they gave you, and how much they meant to you. If you were married, you remember your first date, your first kiss, your wedding, the birth of children you had together, and your many anniversaries. And you might also be thinking about your vacation trips together and how much fun you had with them, how you laughed together and kidded each other, and how you got through all the struggle together. You wonder what they would be like at this point in your life, what kind of relationship you would have with them. Would it be just as good as it was when they died? Would it be better? Or would it be as difficult or more difficult than it was when they were alive? There's no need to sugarcoat it. We both know that there are just some relationships that aren't as good as others. And we must not fool ourselves into believing that a very stressful, difficult relationship that we might have had with them will now somehow become just glorious. But some of us tend to do that. We glorify a relationship that was very painful and try to make ourselves believe that it was more than it was. And if that is the case, we need not make ourselves feel guilty. We just need to recognize that we are doing this. There is simply nothing that can change the type of relationship we shared with them. If it was good, it makes us feel wonderful. Yet if it wasn't as good as we would have preferred, that is just reality. We aren't able to have the perfect relationship with every person in our life. That's just the way it is. So when they die, it's very easy for us to try to make up this great relationship in our mind, but that doesn't mean that it was so. So now, let's look at how we can honor ourselves on our own birthday. The question is, what exactly would make you happy today? Now, for some, that is a loaded question because you might be saying to me, but Mary, there is nothing I can do that will make me happy right now. To which I would respond, and why not? Do you think your loved one would want you to sit all alone in your home, not treating yourself to some fun or a dinner out or to try a new recipe and make this day memorable for you? Where did you get the idea that when they died, you had to die too? And I know it's probably crossed your mind at least once, more than likely several times. And I'm here to tell you it's perfectly fine to think that, but I never want you to act upon that. I want you to consider what would actually make you happy today. And if you aren't listening to this on your exact birthday, if your birthday is coming up soon, that gives you even more time to plan something for yourself. Now, if you have wonderful friends you can count on to help you execute your desired plans for your big day, then include them. But if you really aren't sure they will follow through for you, then personally, I wouldn't even ask. And the reason I say that is because I want to help you avoid more disappointment. Better to plan something on your own to bring you joy, maybe inviting others, but remember not to be disappointed if they don't show up. Make up your mind that you are going to have an extraordinary time with or without them. So, what might that look like? Is that making a reservation at your favorite restaurant? Now, if you're going back to a restaurant that you shared with the person who died, be prepared that emotions may flow, and that is perfectly okay. It gives you a chance to be close to them again and reminisce on the last few times you were enjoying that restaurant together. Tell the waiter you are celebrating your birthday. Engage in conversation with them. And there is no reason you can't tell them, especially if they remember you, that this will be the first time you're venturing out to their restaurant again since your loved one died. So if you cry or have a hard time, they will encourage you and maybe reminisce with you. Yet if you are a great chef and really enjoy trying out new recipes, maybe invite others over to celebrate with you. You can experiment with something new, and they can bring the dessert and the wine. This way, you are in complete control of what dish would bring you joy and whom you'd like to spend the day or evening with this year. As we move through our grieving process, we tend to learn who are our fair weather friends and who stick with us when life turns tragic. It's easy to be a friend when all is well, but it's not so easy when illness, death, or other loss creeps into our lives. Understand that many times people don't know what to say to us, and when they leave too much time between the funeral and now, they really feel so embarrassed to reconnect. After all, what excuse could they possibly use? So if your friend is special to you, you can give them the out and just tell them you would like for them to be at your birthday party dinner, or even your Zoom call. This has been a tough time and you like to rekindle your friendship. If they don't respond, you've got your answer and you can move on to others who will support you. Yes, it might feel sad, even devastating to lose a friend, but I will tell you, it will take more energy and more time trying to get them back into your life than it's really worth. You have no energy or time to deal with drama at all. So don't go looking for it, please. Your goal now is to grieve, heal, and work toward building a new life without your very special loved one. And yes, you might be saying, well, Mary, I really don't want to, which is understandable, depending on how long ago your loved one died. And whether you want to or not, the reality is you are still here. You are carving out a new life without them, whether you like it or not. You get up each day and do your best to live your life right now. And some days are better than others. Some days you want to give up and you know you cannot. Some days bring a smile to your face at something that happened that day, and you marvel that you're feeling happiness again to some degree. But all of your emotions were in you before they died, and they're still there inside, just muted and longing to come back out again. It will take time. It will take resolve. It will take you giving yourself permission to celebrate your birthday. So decide to share a Zoom or a Skype call with several of your family members and friends. It might be that not everyone whom you love is in the same town to visit you on your birthday, so this is an excellent way to spend time together. It's also a wonderful way for them to share all the love they have for you on your birthday. Don't be embarrassed if the tears flow, since they know perfectly well that you are missing your special someone. They may be grieving for that person also. And there is no harm in helping them remember your birthday and let them know you are inviting them on a call so you can see their face so many miles away. There is also no reason why you can't buy yourself some balloons for today. I am always amazed at how long the mylar balloons last, the shiny silver ones. I purchase a weight on the bottom and sit it on the floor or on my desk, and they last so long. They always make me feel so good. And is there any reason why you can't buy yourself a beautiful bouquet of flowers or a flowering plant? Who said someone else has to give you flowers? You might be waiting a long time for that delivery. So take some time to find something that brings you joy every time you look at it. Maybe you'll treat yourself to a beautiful garment or piece of jewelry, something you've had your eye on for a long while but didn't make any progress toward. If you love the outdoors, perhaps a hike, walk, or a bicycle ride on a natural trail with or without friends will invigorate you and enjoy all the smells of the flowers in the air. Maybe you can drive to a beautiful waterfall not far from home. Perhaps you love the ocean as I do. Take that drive, pack a lounge chair and lunch, and enjoy the waves moving toward and away. Record the waves with videos and photos so you can remember that wonderful experience in the future. Write happy birthday with your name attached and the date in the sand and take a photo. What do you care what people think? Maybe it's your milestone birthday and you've decided to treat yourself to a vacation, to a special place you've always wanted to visit. You might decide on a tour so you're with a group of others. Or if you're adventurous like me, you'll go it alone. For my last milestone birthday several years ago, I went to Washington, D.C., where I hadn't visited for several decades earlier. I planned the entire trip, and when I got there, I used the map to lay out each day, visiting museums and monuments and places I had wanted to see for a long time. It was one of my most memorable vacations, and each day when I'd go to dinner, I'd share that it was my special birthday, and I'd have lovely conversations with people from all around the world. For me, that made it so special. I picked a different restaurant each evening, and I just loved learning about others' culture and experiences from places I'd yet to visit. So don't be afraid to venture out, whether for lunch, dinner, or even tea, or that lovely vacation for just a few days or longer, or to invite others to your home to treat them to dinner or dessert, or a favorite movie with you to celebrate your special day. But I want you to know this. You might feel like you want to spend the entire day in bed, pulling the covers over your head and begging the world to go away. Yet none of that will bring your loved one back to you. This is your birthday. Your birthday. Even if you cry your eyes out for a part of the day because you miss them so much, do take the rest of the day and night to honor yourself. You've been through a lot this year, and you deserve to start treating yourself with care. Get something that will make you happy. A candle, a book, a new haircut, your favorite chocolate. You know what you've been longing for, so go treat yourself. And on your birthday, you can raise a glass and toast to them, and tell them how you wish they could join you in person, but you know they are right there with you in spirit. You can do this. Trust me, I know you can. I'm sending you my love and hugs that you have a lovely, special birthday. So now it's time to get up and dance, dance, dance. I know you think this is really wacky, but just do it for me anyway, okay? Thanks so much for listening in today, and share my podcast with those who may benefit from this knowledge. Remember to write 5 things in your journal each night that you are grateful for. Visit the Mary Mac store to look at all our collections by going to my site, marymac.info, and clicking on the store tab at the top. And as always, remember to be happy because you deserve to. I'll speak with you again soon.